Great, great. So, I thought of having a word with you and sitting with you today and meeting you because Myra has been with us for 3 years now,
Hmm.
right? And obviously, this has been a journey, because you have seen children growing along with the school for these 3 years.
Hmm.
And we're also planning to do a lot of things in the coming sessions to add on so that children benefit even more from what they're doing. And we also want to give them a more structured school approach, which has been a concern for parents for some time. So we are planning to make some houses for children. We have completed the development of a chat community. We are opening up to that, this week itself for children, training children on it. We are starting with inter-house competitions for children. A lot of things that will, bring more of a feeling of being in the school together.
Right.
So while we were adding this all, I think the most I could have asked to my parents at this point of time was, letting us know their true feelings about certain things that have happened around this 3 years. And this can also help us reach out to another new parents, because as a school, it's important that we also grow in number. Then only we will have processes more streamlined, for a lot of things. So we wanted this help from our parents. We wanted this guidance from our parents. If you can today contribute some of your time, we have a set of questions. I'm going to ask you those questions, and if you can just let us know about that.
Sure.
What you feel on it. I'm recording this call, right? We
Okay.
might use it for our fresh parents who come, and sometimes they want to know the perspective of older parents with us. Is that okay with you?
Okay, ma'am.
Great. Thank you so much. So I'm starting the recording, and yeah,
It's
great.
already recorded.
Yeah, it's already recording. Great. So just want to know from you that 3 years of journey of Myra with us. Uh, Initially, when you had admitted Myra to online school, what were your thoughts and what do you feel about it now?
Hmm. So actually, Myra and Samarth both have joined this school. And initially, when we joined Cyboard, it was because their physical school started online classes through WhatsApp, and we are not happy with that system of schooling. So we thought if we have to go online, then we'll go to a online school that has better systems. So then one of my friend recommended Cyborg to me, and we just have a look at it, and then we liked the entire process, how the entire online schooling is done in Cyborg. So from that school, we shifted to Cyborg, and we remained with Cyborg because we have seen her grow, and we could actually see her grow in front of us. That is also a good thing. And basically, we just wanted to avoid that so much of traveling, because we don't see much value in that traveling every day to school and coming back. Almost 2.5 hours are gone of the student, and it's very hectic also. Somebody sometimes even parents have to engage into that dropping and bringing the child, picking and dropping it. So that is one thing that we wanted to save. Plus, we don't also see any value in, say, 10 sort of uniforms that schools these days are going for. कभी कलर्ड यूनिफॉर्म किसी चीज़ के लिए, फिर कोई और यूनिफॉर्म है, सो 3-4 तरह के शूज़ हैं, तो मुझे लगता है दैट इज़ नॉट रिक्वायर्ड. So I just wanted to focus on the studies. And one more thing, the study pattern of Cyborg, we found it to be easier, and it is good for the child to pick this type of pattern. And online schooling they are enjoying. Sometimes they do feel that uh, they want to go to physical school, so it is their choice. I'll never impose the online school or physical school. So if they want to try a physical school, then they can go for that also. Okay, it's up to them. But as of now, I am happy with the online school.
Great. So, when online school is something very new to the country as a concept itself, did you have any apprehensions before you started? Any thoughts on your head, and you were like, We don't know how will it turn out. Any apprehensions that you had at that point of time?
Not much. The only concern was that most of the time people said that if it is an online school, how will the kids socialize?
Yeah.
Because in a physical school, the kid has physical friends and they can hang out together. That thing could be missing. Okay, and that is one thing. That is the only thing we feel is missing or can be missing. But another good thing is that Samarth has made friends online and friends from say Patna and friends from senior classes also because of his interest in some game. So that is also good because he is able to make friends online. And you can say it was just incidental that I had a trip to Patna and we met his friend there. There. Okay, so that is another ability that they are developing, that they can say make friends online and then and throughout the country.
Yeah.
So they have good friends. So that is another thing that has added. So one thing is missing. They don't have a physical friend from school, but they have online friend from school.
Right. So, I really want to ask you this, that you say that you save a lot of time and the children don't have to travel 2.5 hours each day, and that's something it's very huge. Now, when you're saving that time and energy, both for the child, has that given you or the child any leverage to do things that they want to do in those 2.5 hours saved everything, every day? Have they explored things that they really love to do because of that time saving?
Yes, definitely. First of all, they are able to sleep till say 8:30. So that is one good thing because most of the time I have seen that kids don't find it easy to get up at say 6:30 or 7, and that discipline can be built a little later also. Initial days, I feel that the kid should be happy. He should have a good sleep. Then he wakes up, he attends the school, and then again he don't have to wait for any, you can say, coming back through a car or a van or any bus. He's just at the place. So that is also good. Plus, we don't have to think about preparing a different sort of lunch every time. Whatever has been cooked, they can always have a break and have a quick bite. They can have fresh food. They can sit with us and have lunch. Because my work is also quite a bit online, so I'm happy with the online system.
So, what do you think about the transparency of the school at this point of time? Because it's an online structure. Do you think it is fully transparent, or have we been able to be as transparent with parents as we could have been?
Yes, of course. But I have seen that transparency. We are happy with that.
Great. Who all do you have in your family at this point of time?
Uh, so both of us and the kids. Then we are living with our parents. So we have our parents and my elder brother's family.
Okay.
So over in all, almost 9 people. It's a joint family.
Right. It's a beauty to have a joint family these days,
Definitely.
because I think living with joint family brings to you a lot of benefits, which probably many of us are missing at this point of time. Uh, I would also like you to tell me, is it that they both move down in the evenings or in their free times, play with people around them, play with children around them? Do they socialize around them with the peers or with children around them in the evening time? Or do they attend any special classes? They are learning any, anything, for that matter, sports or arts, music, dance? Are they doing something beyond education at this point of time?
Not right now, but we are planning for some extracurricular activity, maybe either some sport activity or maybe say performing arts. Definitely, we are planning for this year because we have saved time and we have also saved money. So that's time and money that has been saved through online school that we want to put in their extra development. So we'll definitely go for that because we were also engaged and we are not able to sufficient time because somebody has to be with them when they are going to their classes, the extracurricular classes. But this is what we have planned for.
Okay.
That now we'll go ahead with that.
whenever we talk about schooling, in our head, this was very expensive proposition these days. And you just now talked about that you have not only saved time but also saved money.
Hmm.
Uh, we have to, kind of acknowledge the fact that money is also a very big input in our lives. As we grow up, we have to take care of families and everything. Has it helped you anywhere? Has the fee structure of Cyber School helped you anywhere in your personal lives?
Yes, obviously, matlab it is not too harsh on the pocket. So the cyber fee structure is quite convenient, and whatever we are saving there, as compared to a physical, you can say high fees school, whatever we are going to save, we are going to invest in the kid itself. So whether we are buying a new gadgets for the kid, or whether we are going for say extra classes or extracurricular activities, from that saving we can invest in the kid itself.
Right. And how openly have you been able to travel? Because you told me that you were traveling to
Yes,
Patna
we we,
and
we, we travel a lot. Even yesterday also, Myra and Samarth were having their classes from
Bareilly.
Bareilly. So
Okay.
we traveled for a family function. Plus, I also have some official work. So I was doing my official work at Bareilly, and they were attending classes from Bareilly. So and after classes, we moved from Bareilly to Lucknow. So by road again we traveled. So we are able to accompany our kids along with us everywhere we want. So I don't have to plan that where school will be missed. Even at times they have attended classes from the car itself while we are on the highway. So
Right.
that is again something very flexible, and we are happy with that. So sometimes we are also planning. I was asking. I just told Myra that maybe later next year, early next year, maybe around March or so, we might go to say Puri, and we'll be sitting on the beach, and that can be your wallpaper when you are in your class.
That's the beauty of being in online school, because
Exactly.
you do not have to, so it's a myth that world only works when you are physically present. I think that's gone away. You can be present in any part of the world. If you are an efficient learner, an efficient worker, you can work from anywhere. I think COVID has at least brought this thing good to us,
In
for
fact,
sure.
I've seen my kids being so attentive in the class and participating. I never was so participative when I was a kid. So I was sitting somewhere, you can say at the back.
Backbencher.
I was a backbencher. I was sitting somewhere at the back and not paying any attention to the class. But now I see that my kids, they raise hands, they talk to the teacher, they are replying, they are doing work. So I'm happy that I can see them interacting with the teacher, and the concentration level is also good. So even if say in a 40 minutes class they are attentive for 20 minutes, I'm happy.
So, it's a big thing because when a child is attentive in the class, that's when the learning changes completely, and they don't have to depend on after class tuitions. It's what you learn in the class that really should matter. So, we are completely against the concept of children first going to school, then going to tuition, and the parent is burdened both the sides. So therefore, we want that whatever said and done, a teacher has to be available to the child to resolve the doubts or the confusions. And the child should never have that option or should have ever feel that need that I have to go for a physical tuition, because then there's no purpose of having a school at all, right? I really want to ask you in particular, if you have to pinpoint one thing, and tell me what is that one change or maybe one or two changes that you have seen in both your kids in these 3 years from when they started to now.
They, I think they are more comfortable with studies now. Okay, so study is not a high pressure area for them. They take it easy, and that is good. But now definitely we have to think for Myra that she starts taking it more seriously. And see, I'm open that because Myra has interest for say other interest. She has already created two of her YouTube videos, and she has a few followers. She's very good in making videos related to the hairstyling. So I am also planning for a hair styling, say, class or something for her, so that she can develop her skill there, and she can also develop her skill of uh, making and editing videos. She's already good in that, so I'll definitely support her with some new gadget. And since she has time, she can explore and build that area. In fact, one thing I have asked Myra, that she is right now in class 6, in class 8, so I'm giving her almost 1.5 years, that in class 8, if she can finance her own studies through any of her activity, that will be too. So she has
Wow.
already started thinking for that, and she just told me that in 8th class I can definitely teach other students. मैंने कहा ठीक है, आप पढ़ा सकते हो पढ़ा लो, नहीं आप स्टाइलिंग से भी कमा सकते हो, but if you can sponsor your own piece, that will be too good. Whatever we will save, it will be for you.
So,
So I just want them to start earning also.
I'm so glad to hear this because we were having a brainstorming session where we all the teachers, our content heads, all the people in the leadership team, we all sat together and we wanted to discuss what to do next year. And I wanted to introduce financial planning modules to children the coming year because I think as schools it's a responsibility to teach them skills that they're actually going to use, when they grow up. And whatever said and done, they will have to deal with money. And even today, the biggest mistake that we do as parents and as schools is we never teach our children how to manage money. We tell them you have to earn good money, but we don't tell them how to manage money. And that's where the whole game is lost. If I start saving money at the age of 20, the kind of saving that I can draw for my happy days or difficult days is going to be very different than when I start at 40. And these are very small initial changes that can bring a huge difference to the life of child. So when you were talking about Myra, either doing her YouTube channel or either teaching other children, I think you're making her financially independent at a very, very,
Exactly. I
young
want
age.
her to manage her own account. I
That's
want her
amazing.
to pay fees from her own income and
That's
save
amazing.
from her own income.
So
So
I think if that happens, I think I would really love to bring Myra to the whole school, tell her journey to other children as well, because you know sometimes as parents we say नहीं बच्चे बहुत छोटे हैं अभी पैसों की बात नहीं करते. Ultimately हर माँ बाप अपने बच्चों को पैसे कमाने के लिए ही तैयार कर रहा है because you will need to
पैसा
price.
पैसा ही सबसे पहले समझ में आता है बच्चों को, आप कितना भी पढ़ा लो, बट दे अंडरस्टैंड एवरीथिंग. हम कभी मान लीजिए किसी फैमिली फंक्शन में जाते हैं, समर्थ यही बात कहता है कि पापा आज तो फ्री खाना मिलेगा. सो उसको मालूम है वी डोंट हैव टू पे फॉर दिस, ठीक है, लेकिन मैं उसको बताता हूँ बॉस कि फ्री नहीं है, वी आर बाइंग सम गिफ्ट, तो कुछ तो पैसा लगा है, एकदम फ्री भी नहीं है, बट स्टिल इट इज गुड. ठीक है, स्पेंडिंग दैट मनी इन अ रेस्टोरेंट, इट्स बेटर टू हैव अ गुड गिफ्ट एंड स्पेंड दैट इन दैट टाइम विद अ फैमिली. तो वो भी कैलकुलेशंस करना जानता है कि 10 रुपए की है या 15 रुपए की है, ये बॉटल लेते हैं इसमें इतना सेविंग है, फ्रूटी लेंगे तो इतने की है. सो ही इज एबल टू कैलकुलेट एंड इज गुड एट मैथ्स आल्सो.
Great.
तो वन थिंग आई कैन सजेस्ट, अभी मुझे स्ट्राइक किया, मुझे लगा बता दें. जैसे नहीं वो इंडियाज गॉट टैलेंट और ये सब आता है, व्हाई नॉट हैव समथिंग लाइक साइबोर्ड्स गॉट टैलेंट. सो से फॉर एग्जांपल मायरा है, तो मायरा कैन टेल हर मतलब अपना हेयर स्टाइलिंग का बता सकते हैं. तो किसी और को, बहुत सारे बच्चे होंगे जो अपना कुछ पोर्ट्रे करना चाहते, कोई टैलेंट है जो बताना चाहेंगे, तो वी कैन हैव दैट.
Such a great idea. The moment you said it, I think I'm opening my diary alongside so that I can write it down. And I don't, kind of. Sorry, I'm noting.
It's okay. For financial planning के लिए, this is the one thing that I have been teaching all past 10-15 years. So what I'll suggest is first have a session with the can say the teachers first. Then teachers can take their sessions in the classes. And in fact, as per the new education policy, financial literacy has to start.
Right.
So that is also required. And there is a book, Rich Kid Smart Kid, that every teacher can read and start imparting कि उसको कैसे पढ़ाना है. That's a very good book.
Right. So I think I'm very happy, very glad that as school, what we are thinking and what is coming from you resonates with each other. And that also shows that probably we are in tune with you a little more. And we would love to have parent volunteers who can come, who can talk to children, who can give them practical solutions to things. Like, for example, I remember sitting with one of my group of children, and I just told them, if you have to really understand where to invest your money more. And I was talking to them about mutual funds, what are mutual funds, what are stocks, and it was a very candid conversation. I said, look around your house. What is that one thing that you consistently buy in your house and hasn't changed for years? So somebody said Colgate. I said, perfect. So, company, what is the product, who makes it, what are the different products of it. Now you do some research based on it, from where they started, what is their evaluation, what is their stocks in the market, how do they grow over year on year. And that small candid conversation actually became a project for the children. But that opened their mind so much that now when we're sitting at our dining table, we are having conversations which are more meaningful, because they are picking up and saying that, but maybe iPhone is not a very good idea because it's getting stagnant over the days, and we think Google is growing more. So the conversation that children will have when they are given an opportunity to definitely learn financial planning is going to be beautiful. And I would really be more than happy to have parent volunteers like you coming in and talking to children, because I think giving that perspective to them in a not always teacher, but it can be a third person who can be an expert in that field, and that can be a great idea as well. Now, when you just told me that Myra is getting into YouTube and she loves making her hair videos, and you're planning to get some hairstylist expert sessions to Myra, how open are you as a parent for your child to explore the working of life beyond engineering and medical, the old age
Very much
thing?
open. I'm very much open. In fact, I am so open that if she tells me that she does not want to study, I'm okay with that also. Because it's up to her. What my intention is that she should continuously grow as a person. She should become a good person, and she should continuously grow with her skills. So that is more important. Becoming a good person and becoming my first priority is that she should become a good person first. Then she can become anything she wants. But first become a good person. In fact, if school can help in this area, that how can the kids be a better person before they are becoming anything better in say any subject or role. So becoming a better person is more important than any other. मैंने कहा बेटा आप फेल हो जाओगे मुझे कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, पर अगर मुझे कभी ऐसा शिकायत आता है कि आप मिसबिहेव करते हो मुझे उससे दिक्कत.
Right. So I have a question here only, because we do a lot of life skill sessions with our children, and we talk about resilience and respect and peer conformities and all of things, and they are very regular in school, because this is something we do on weekly basis with our children, per topic over a month we keep on doing something or the other with children. When you take your kids, because you travel with them, and I'm sure they're meeting relatives, they are meeting other people, you're going to new cities, they might be meeting people at hotel, at lobby areas or at the reception. How comfortable are your kids in being a social person, or what do you observe in their conversations when they are walking in that social circuit?
They are quite confident. In fact, they have performed better than those students or kids that are going to physical schools. I have seen that because many a times they are very open. They are very energetic, they are very open, they are very comfortable with new people. So no issues with that. They are social.
And how are they with the kids of their age groups? When you go to the social circles, maybe marriages in the family.
They mingle quite, quite quickly with anybody, and they are very confident. In fact, they are sometimes more confident than the other kids. So I'm happy. They have those qualities.
Great to know, because as a school, we want that nowhere it should ever happen that the child's social skill gets lagged. So we want to keep on working around it along with studies. I always say, even as an academician, I believe you can always learn a concept if you are happy, if you are energetic, if you are ready to learn, and that will only happen if you are in a right state of mind. So it's not always about the subject, it's also about my attitude towards the subject that completely changes my learning structure. um, because you said that you have a joint family, do you have within your family children going in physical schools?
Yes, most of them they have crossed that can say schooling time.
Okay.
So, say for example, my brother's daughter, she's already in graduation. Others are already graduated. So these are the younger ones. So as of now, the other kids of their cousins have already graduated. So so
Okay. So when
they have gone to physical schools.
they have gone. So has it ever happened when they sit with Myra and both the children, they compare or they have something to say about what they were doing in physical school and what they are doing in online school? Has ever there been that comparison in the house with relatives or with friends, and what opinions do you hear about it?
Sometimes there is a comparison because say other kids they where they have gone to physical schools, they have their physical friends. Then they can share about their activities at the school, uh,
Sharing
their sharing their mischiefs that they have done at the school. But they they miss that. I actually they don't miss that, but they have not seen that. It's
Yeah,
not about whether they miss it or not. They have not seen that.
right.
तो स्कूल में जो शरारत होती है वो लोग वो नहीं कर पाए. बस that's it.
So, why I asked this question to you in particular was, we were just while we were brainstorming, we wanted to make one dedicated session for our children, which is only going to be once a week, as of now to begin with, which is only going to be based on peer interaction and nothing else. That session will not have any padhai. If I have to put it in the kids' terms, that session will be a place where they'll come, they will chit chat with their friends. Teachers will only be silent observers at the back end, not commenting on children, not stopping children from having fun. They will giggle, talk to each other, share their stories, all of that. Unless and until there is something which is not right and the teacher needs to intervene to hold down the children, she will not interfere. We wanted to do this because we feel that this will also give a children a lot of opportunity to develop that place where they know that they are not going to be pointed at, and they can crack a joke which is of their age and it can be literally fun. So I'll just give a small example. I used to be a teacher years back, and good morning was something which was very usual. But I still remember I entered one day in the class, so all the children stood up and they said, "I'm not a boy, I'm not a girl, I'm a horse." And that was their good morning for me. And all I could do was just laugh. And from that day till the time I was with them, this was their good morning with me. Right. And we used to have so much of fun around it because we then I talked to them, why do you say I'm not a boy, I'm not a girl, why do you think you're a horse and not an owl or not a dog or not a cat? And we had fun discussions around them, and the perspectives were beautiful. They said that when teachers some mischief happens in the class, teacher says, which boy has done it? It's never a question which girl has done it. And we want to tell them that we are not boys and girls, we are all horses here, we do not have a gender, we all are mischievous. And because I was a teacher probably at that point of time whom they could relate to, I was young and I was somebody who could let them be, so they took the chance with me than the other teachers. But I think we want to and what we are very very seriously contemplating this, to have once a week period which is going to be only let's talk with each other period. and that will open the door for them where they might
That will
not,
be good.
and what do you think about it? Will that work with the children?
Definitely, that will work. Well, let's explore. Okay,
Yeah,
they can even watch a movie together if they want on Zoom. It is
absolutely.
also a possibility.
Yeah, absolutely,
One more
that's right.
suggestion, one more idea if you like it. Say, for example, if they can start uh, associating themselves with their future professions. So while they are writing their names on the Zoom, what if Myra writes Myra the stylist? Okay. What if Samarth writes Samarth the gamer? So whatever they feel that's going to be their future profession, let's also allow them to use it. पता भी लगेगा ना कौन क्या सोच रहा है.
Right.
हो सकता है gradually they may change. So that is important. And
Absolutely. I think it's a fun idea also because,
हाँ, और
when they're
टीचर्स को भी
coming,
पता रहेगा कि वो 30
yes,
बच्चे जो हैं, it's not just a name. I have a stylist in the class, I have a boxer in the class, I have a gamer in the class, I have a cricketer in the class. So it's more than just a name or so they have a personality of their own. So ये
right.
सारा freedom है हमारे पास while we are having an online session.
Online
So
setup. No, I
we
think
can
it's a
explore that.
beautiful idea. It's a beautiful idea because, especially, maybe I don't want to put it for the whole school all the time, because we also have to ensure that children know some amount of discipline when they're studying. Otherwise, they will go completely haywire. But when they are
Maybe
having
few
their
classes, maybe few
classes, when
classes,
they,
we can
yeah,
ask them to
yeah.
rename themselves.
Yes, and it's a beautiful idea because maybe then the talking points can start from there, and they can
That's
come making a hairstyle, or they can show paintings to each other that they do, or somebody can that day only show a game that he made for himself, and that can open the I will say the probability of knowing each other so well, even in an online setup.
They might find new friends. Say for example, somebody else in some other class is also into styling, then Myra can connect to that girl or boy. अच्छा ठीक है, he is
Right,
also
चलो मिलके
interested
कुछ
है,
वीडियो
कोई और
बनाते हैं.
मिला, ठीक है, या कोई और
right,
ब्लॉगिंग
right,
में
right.
इंटरेस्टेड है, कोई और यूट्यूबर बनना चाहता है, whatever they want.
Absolutely. No, it's a wonderful idea. And you have, it's been, I'm so grateful. This chat between you and me have really opened my horizons as to what all we can go. Sometimes we think that we might want to do it and be apprehensive as to how the parents will take it or how the students will take it. But this conversation is actually opening up my horizons, and I can see, okay, there's a lot probability that we can do more with our children at this point of time.
Most of the parents that are into online teaching with this cyborg, they are already open. So
That's my idea.
I think they will be okay with any sort of exploration.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for giving me your time today. It's been a wonderful chat, wonderful time that I have had. We will reconnect with you for a small feedback, a quick one, so that in case you have anything else that you can share, we'll definitely take this up. And anytime you feel that you need to discuss anything more with me, get in touch with me. I'm always just a call away on the IVR, and we will get connected. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you
Thank you,
so
ma'am.
much. Thank you, both of you, for your time. Thank you. Namaskar.